All right, and as promised, we are trying this again. Hopefully, technology issues aside tonight. We botched the live stream horribly. It was horrible. We had lots of technology issues. My interface back here decided to just disconnect from the router, and I didn't know its IP address, and it's just been a nightmare. But we've got that all figured out now, hopefully, and hopefully I can walk you through all of that. We're going to walk through the PowerPoint again really quick. And hopefully all will be well with the world. So let's break this down for those of you who are not DMX savvy. So tonight's episode is on dongles. A dongle is the interface between your computer and your DMX lighting. Now, the reason we need this is the computer sends out a command, either via your lighting software or some sort of software. It sends a command to this interface or dongle. The dongle decodes that command and generates and translates it, I guess would be a better way to say it, translates it into a lighting command for your DMX lighting. So this is important because when you have software, sometimes the manufacturers for that software write codes that only work with their particular dongle or interface. So CHAUVET, for example, has code in their software, in their lighting software, that looks for specific hardware ID, key, whatever, in their interface in order for their software to work properly and to send out the signal. FreeStyler and QLC Plus are not manufacturer-supplied software. They're open source. And what that means is you've got a bunch of people who have all come together, programmers most likely, or people who are really good with programming, who have all come together for the common goal of creating software that does something for them without having to have a specific interface. So FreeStyler and QLC Plus use generic interfaces that will work. They have generics. They're generic software, and they use interfaces from several manufacturers. So you can use DMX King's interface. You can use Sunlight's interface. You can use the list is a huge list, and QLC and FreeStyler both have great documentation on their websites about whose interfaces they're compatible with. The other option is to download the software and actually see the list of who they're compatible with. So in order for this to work, in order for our lighting software to work, we have to have these dongles or interfaces that interface with our computers or generate their own interface to interface with our smartphones. That's how the FlareCon and the Wi-Fi from CHAUVET and American DJ work. They generate their own interface that works with a mobile phone app and a Wi-Fi signal to allow you to control your DMX lighting via your phone or by IR or whatever, and sends out the DMX code or DMX signal. The interfaces for our computers are very much the same way. It interfaces between the computer and the DMX signal, the lighting signal. So let's jump right on into the PowerPoint. We're going to start with CHAUVET. I got to get it open back up here. Slideshow from beginning. And then let me just make sure that we can see it and it's centered and it looks... Yeah, it looks okay. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is the Express 100. It offers you 100 channels, and it's $199.99. And this is a CHAUVET USB to DMX interface. The next one is the CHAUVET 512. It offers you one universe of DMX, or 512 channels, and it's $399.99. And then the last one is the Show Express 512 Plus. It offers you 512 channels for one DMX universe. It also has a mini DIN connection to allow for infrared remote, and both the Express 512 and Express 512 Plus offer you the ability to do standalone, which means when the computer disconnects from the unit or the computer locks up and freezes, you can shut the computer down without interrupting your light show, because the unit, the interface, actually stores a little mini light show on it to run while your computer is rebooting. And that, the Express 512 Plus, is $699.99. I also included the Express Remote. That's the remote for the IR on the Express, and that is $40. The next one we're going to look at, oh, hold on, we got to jump back here. So these Show Express works with Microsoft Windows XP, Vista 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and 32 and 64-bit versions, and also has an app for both Apple and Android. The next one we're going to look at is Compu Show. The first one we have here is the Compu Show Basic. It offers you one DMX universe and is $499.99. The next step up is the Compu Q. This one offers you two DMX universes and two Artnet universes. Now, I'm not exactly sure how the Artnet universes work, if this interface sends out Artnet information, or if you need another interface to generate the two Artnet channels. I'm not sure, but this one retails for $819.99. The third one we're going to talk about is the Compu SDE. The Compu SDE. This one offers you a lot of great options. It offers you 3 DMX universes and 4 Artnet universes, and retails for $1,199.99. Now, all of these units that I'm covering here, you can find links for them in the description below the video. All of our prices are coming from Amazon, and as you click the links, it will take you to that product at Amazon. Again, this Compu Show is compatible with Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, 10 in the 32 and 64-bit varieties, and again has a mobile app for both Apple and Android. American DJ's interfaces, or dongles, include the My DMX Buddy, which gives you 256 DMX channels for $100, and the My DMX 2.0, which gives you one DMX universe of 512 channels for $299.99. Again, American DJ's My DMX is compatible with Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, 10, and 32 and 64-bit varieties. Now, My DMX Buddy does not currently have a mobile app as far as I could tell, but please let me know if I am incorrect. The next one we'll talk about are the FreeStyler and QLC Plus interfaces, or dongles. The first one we've got here is the DMX King Ultra DMX Micro USB. This offers you one DMX universe of either send or receive, and it's $72. Now, you might be asking yourself, Michael, why do I need a receive? Well, let's say you have a big lighting console and you want to record your light show that you've spent meticulous amounts of time programming. You can hook this interface up to your computer, insert it as a DMX input, and record all of the DMX signaling that you are transmitting from your light board into the computer to record for a later date. The next interface we're going to look at is an Artnet interface. Now this uses a RJ45 or Ethernet connection to connect between your laptop and this interface. Now this is different from the others that we've covered, who have all been USB connections. So this one connects a USB via USB. The FreeStyler or the CHAUVET and American DJ and Compu Show connectors are all USB as well. So this is the first of our Artnet connections. This offers you one Artnet universe and is $169. The last one that we have is the DMX King Ultra DMX RDM. And this offers you one DMX universe and is $150. And this is a USB interface as well. Now again, these are available, or FreeStyler and QLC is available for Windows XP, Vista, 7, 8, 10 in the 32-bit and 64-bit variations. And they also offer apps for both Apple and Android. Now QLC's mobile setup is actually a web browser, so you just go to the website of the laptop or the IP address of the laptop and punch in a few extra digits, and it will take you to a web browser based control of your screen. Now the last one we're going to cover is the unit that we talked about last week that I use. This is a Artnet 6 universe control interface. So it offers you 6 Artnet universes, and it's $109 on Amazon. So by far, this is the biggest bang for the buck and gives you the most options available. Now, if you're interested, I can supply you for $10 a complete list of the parts and pieces that I used from Mouser to build your interface with, or for $250 I can order you one, order all of the parts, ship it to you for $250, and if you're interested in that, please contact me and I can help you with that. Again, it's compatible with all of the versions of Windows and the mobile apps. Now, I believe most of these are also compatible with Mac OS. I am not a Mac user, so I did not record that information, but each of their websites does state that they are Mac OS compatible. So that ends our slideshow. So now let's get started with actually programming this monster 6 universe Artnet controller that's behind me. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to come in to our router. And why is that? Wait, oh, that's right. All right. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come into our router. So what we're going to do first off is we're going to set the, let's get that mouse out of the way. We're going to disable the WAN connection. Now again, this router is a router that I have specifically dedicated for my lighting control. I'm not hooking it to an internet source. It's basically just a wireless Wi-Fi signal to connect into the router itself. So my lighting laptop is connecting to this router wirelessly for the purposes of controlling the interface that's in this case. Now that case also, or the interface also carries a wireless DMX signal transmitter. So the only thing that comes into this case that's cabled is actually the power connection. I have a little 4-way, 5-way connector thing here. It's not completely finished. I have a PowerCon connector in the back there that I need to get wired into this to get it finished up. But so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to disable our WAN connection. Then we're going to set our IP address for the router at 192.168.1.1. That's pretty generic for Linksys routers. Your router may be a little different. Use the manufacturer recommended IP address for that router to determine that. The subnet address is going to be 255.255.255.0. We're going to not do anything with the gateway because that is the gateway. And the local DNS, we're not going to do anything with that. The DHCP server, we're going to enable it, and we can leave it at we're going to leave it at 2 as our starting point and a maximum 50 users, and we're going to hit save. So we're going to save that information. Then we're going to come in and we're going to enable our wireless. We're going to set our wireless up. One thing that you may want to do if your router has the ability to change it is to go to a channel 11 on your wireless signal. That'll help get you away from everybody else on channel 6, which is the default for most routers. And we're going to hit save after we get all of that set up. Yep. And then we're going to go into our security and we're going to set up our wireless security. And we're going to hit save when we get that saved or set up. And then once we get all of those settings done, we're going to hit apply settings. Then we're going to come in to our wireless connection, and we're going to come to the TCP IPv4 properties. And we're going to come in here. And we're going to set our IP address for our laptop. We're going to go 192.168.1.50. We're going to use the same subnet that we used for the router, which is 255.255.255.0. And then we're going to do our default gateway, which is going to tell it to use the router as the gateway to get to other things that are connected to the router, which is 192.168.1.1. And our DNS server is also 162.168.1.1. And when we have all of those settings set up, we're going to hit OK. We're going to hit yes. And then we can close this. Now that got all of our routers and everything set up. Now I know that mine is set to 192.168.1.100. That's the IP address that I set right here as my IP address for my interface. Now when it comes to you out of the box, it's a little different. You'll have to use the IP address that they specify for you. I don't know what it is offhand, I don't remember. But so I set mine to a specific IP address, and this is what I was having issues with earlier. I couldn't remember what IP address that I had set this to, and it wasn't showing up in the router. For whatever reason, the router and this don't like to talk back and forth. I'm not quite sure why. But so I set it up as a Artnet 101, and the long code is Artnet Chili Sound. The source IP is the IP address that I am setting this unit to, which is 162.168.1.100. The gateway IP is 192.168.1.1, same as our router. The subnet mask, again, is the same as our router. And now, so this is using 4 ports. So IP address 100 is using universes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So down here we have universe 5 is going to start at IP address 105. And our input to IP is 199. So the input to IP is actually, so this unit has a DMX input connection and then 6 DMX output connections, I believe. Let's just verify that. Come on, go to port 1, 0. Go to port 0. Come on, you can do it. And oh, come on, really? Go to port 0. Ah, technology, I tell you. I know what happened. My laptop decided to pick up the other wireless signal. That's what's going on. Oh, come on. Next, you crackhead. The beauties of having more than one wireless signal in the apartment at a time. It's great. Alright, so 192.168.1. Alright, there we go. So now we should be able to go to port. There, haha. Okay, so port 1, the first port can either be an input or an output. So if it was an input, it would be put on, I would use the IP address of 192.168.1.199 as an input. But because I'm using all 6 as outputs, the first port, port 0, would be port 100. So port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4, port 5. So that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it starts on 0. I don't really understand why it starts on 0, but it does. So that's our interface. Now we come in to our configuration of our Artnet, and we tell it to go to 168 or 192.168.1.100 Artnet Universe 0 full transmission. Then we come in here to Universe 2, and we'll come in and we do Universe 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. And let me move me out of the way. There we go. So then we come in here, and we're going to do that output. That output. That'll be 0, 1, 2. Four goes there as well. 5 goes there. And 6. Change this. 345. Okay. So there we go. And we do 100. Five. Now, if you notice there, 4 and 5 are 105. Now, the reason I did that is because over here in our control device, Universes 5 and 6 are the virtual IP of 105. So it uses 2 IP addresses to capture all 6 IP port, or all 6 DMX universes. So we've got universes 1 through 5 at port 100, and then 4 and 5, or 5 and 6, universes 5 and 6 are at 105. And we hit OK. Then we can come in and we can tell it, okay, when we're switching back and forth to these universes, we want you to use the, and I don't see it. Why don't I see it? Is it because it's used? Might be because it's, oh no, there it is. Output, APC mini, loopback 1. Well, anyway, we can put in our interfaces there as well. So our MIDI interfaces, you can select a MIDI interface for your universe. Now, obviously, you need to have you need to have a MIDI interface for each additional universe, or loop the feedbacks back through. Now, ideally, what you would do is you would program all of your lighting cues to be on one universe, or on the one control panel, and then that sends code out to the groupings of lights on each of the universes. So if I was setting this up, like maybe, for instance, universe 1 would be all of my uplighting, universe 2 would be all of my truss lighting, universe 3 could be T-bars or other lights that are scattered throughout the room, universe 4 could be cake lighting, universe 5 could be entry or reception lighting. Universe 6 could be a spare, or potentially maybe even outdoor lighting if you were doing something really big. The list of things that you can do with this are very endless, virtually endless. It's up to your creativity on how you want to break up your universes and what you want to control. Now, if I was doing a school dance, maybe one universe would be all my downlighting, one universe would be, one group of moving heads on one side of the trussing, maybe the other universe would be another group of moving heads on the opposite side, or if I'm running a big T system or a big square in the middle of the gym, maybe one universe is each leg of the T, and then you've got 2 spares or stage lighting, or, whatever you want to do. It's virtually up to you how you want to break this up. So it gives you a lot of opportunities and a lot of different variations of the way you can set up your lighting rig. But so that covers our DMX dongles and interfaces for tonight. Join me next week when we talk about lighting fixtures. I know this week was supposed to be lighting fixtures, but I decided to take a step back and do more on just the interfaces and controllers and dongles, on how this all goes together. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Again, this was recorded after the live stream because we were having such technical difficulties with the interface back there, and the IP addresses just weren't playing together. But I finally got that figured out. We got the everything sorted. So I hope you guys had a great night. Join me again Wednesday night next week. That would be October 5th, I believe. Let me just take a look. Yep, October 5th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about DMX lighting fixtures, creating a fixture for your lighting software. A lot of the software that we have nowadays comes preloaded with a lot of lighting fixtures, but we're going to cover what happens when your lighting fixture isn't in there. We might briefly touch on how to create a lighting fixture for the 3D visualizer I showed you guys last week, but we will probably save that for, it might be a real quick demonstration on how to do that. I might save that for a separate episode in the future. We are going to be talking about Lumineer in the near future. I'm hoping maybe mid-October we'll get Mr. Mark Mallet. I hope I'm not pronouncing his name horribly. He's going to get on here with us, I think, and we're going to try to hook up with him, and he's going to walk us through Lumineer and Artnet, and hopefully that'll be a very good episode. So if you're interested in Lumineer, that'll be definitely an episode for you to check out. Other than that, I hope you guys had a great night. I hope you learned a lot. I hope I didn't go too deep or too over your guys' heads. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will try to help you if I can. But again, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you join me next week for more wonderful possibilities in DMX lighting and learning how to DMX light, or how to do DMX lighting. Till then, take care. I'll talk to you then.